Hello and welcome to another session of English language. And today we're going to focus on idioms, register on government and politics, and lastly on descriptive essay. But before that, let us review the previous lesson. Welcome back. Now, like I said, today our focus is on idioms. Okay, our focus is on idioms. So what is an idiom? A phrase or group of words whose meaning cannot be deduced from what individual meaning of the words in the phrase. So it has what you call a figurative meaning. So simply put, idioms are figurative expressions. Okay, idioms are figurative expressions. So you can't deduce the meaning of idioms by the meaning of the individual words that give rise to that. For instance, to play God. When you tell somebody you are trying to play God, you are simply saying the person is trying to act all powerful. Okay, the person is trying to act all powerful. Okay, that the person has supernatural powers. Then also, if you say to leave no stone unturned, it means to be meticulous or to do everything possible. To be meticulous, okay, means to leave no stone unturned. Okay, then when you say something is an icing on the cake, you're simply saying that that thing is just a sample. Okay, it's just a sample of the real thing. It's a prototype. Okay, so either you use the word prototype or you use the word sample of the real thing. Now, what does it mean to lead a dog's life? Now, a dog most times in idiom is associated with poverty or misery. So to lead a dog's life means to live in misery. Alright? To keep the body and soul together actually means to survive. Okay? Now, if you say my account is in the red, it simply means, either the person is in debt or the person is going bankrupt. Then you can also say somebody is chicken-hearted or liver-hearted. And when you say that, it means the person is a coward. Okay? The person is not courageous. The person lacks courage. Okay, then also when you call somebody a feather brain, it means the person is foolish. Then also people can cook the books. Okay, they can cook the books. To cook the books doesn't mean to put the book in water and you process that. It actually means to falsify accounts, to inflate figures. Okay, which are not true. Alright, then we have a fair weather friend, and a fair weather friend simply means that that friend is an unfaithful friend, a friend that cannot be trusted. Okay, now let's take more on idioms. Now, so we have idioms like to hit the nail on the head. When you say to hit the nail on the head, what does that mean? It means to be precise. Okay, to be precise in your description. To be precise in your description. Okay, or to be exact or accurate in describing something. Then when you say a land of milk and honey, it simply means there are better prospects of success and prosperity in such places. It doesn't mean they sell milk and honey there. It actually means that that place offers better chances of success. Then also when you say somebody is a Jonah is somebody who brings ill luck. Alright? Somebody who brings ill luck to others is a Jonah. Just like the story in the Bible. Those of you who are Christians would know what I'm saying. Alright? No offense to other religions, please. Then we have also another idiom, to eat a humble pie. To eat a humble pie means to admit when you are wrong. Alright? To admit when you are wrong. Okay? We have others like to put all your eggs in one basket. It means to rely entirely on the success of a project, which oftentimes is not the case. Okay? So please don't put your eggs in one basket. Yes, it's good to be focused. It's good to be diligent, but please don't put your eggs in one basket. To cut corners actually means to look for shortcuts. Okay? To look for shortcuts, or to use less of time, effort, and resources than is what required. Then to tell a cock and bull story means to tell an absurd story. So when you say the person is telling a cock and bull story, it means what the person is telling you does not make sense, is unbelievable. Okay? So let's move on to the register on government and politics. Okay? This is another interesting part of today's lesson. Now, when governments want to hijack power, when they want to legally, control power, governmental powers now, one of the things that they do is that they embark on what you call elections. Okay? They embark on what you call elections. An election is an arrangement where eligible or qualified voters are given the opportunity to select their leaders who occupy public offices. So, and before you conduct elections, you must have what you call your manifesto. Your manifesto is the program of action or policy of your what? Party. Then we also have what you call a ballot box. The box into which you put your ballot papers. I believe they conduct elections there in Gambia. Alright? At least they voted in the current president of Gambia. Okay, so we have also what is called suffrage. Suffrage is simply your right to vote. That's what suffrage simply means. Your right to vote. Then we have what we call primaries. Primaries is just the party election to choose their candidates. Okay, primary simply refers to what? Party election to choose their candidates. Then also we have what is called nomination, the act of naming a candidate for a postal office. Okay, so when you are saying this is our nomination or this is our nominee, you are simply saying we have named this person as our party candidate. Also, we have what we call an aspirant. An aspirant is somebody who desires to hold a political office or a public office. Then we have what we call rigging. Rigging is an electoral malpractice where you manipulate votes to favor, your party candidates, where you have to manipulate the outcomes to favor your candidate. Then we have vote. That's the opportunity to choose or select public office holders. Then we have what you call ballot. That's act of what? Voting or casting your vote. Then we have what we call a party, an association of what? Of people with similar ideology or philosophy. Then we also have what we call politicking. Politicking is simply a political activity by someone who is really interested in doing things for their own advantage. Okay, so you can look somebody in the face and say you are politicking when the person's actions, okay, and intentions are geared towards self, okay, not helping others, because politics actually is simply a privilege or an opportunity to serve others on a large scale and not defraud other people. Then we have what we call public office, which is the work or important positions in government. We have a bill. A bill is a draft of a proposed law, a law yet to be approved by the parliament, which is the lawmakers. Then we have campaign. Okay, campaign has to do with your planned activities or your organized efforts to win an election. Alright. Then we also have what you call coup d'etat. A coup d'etat is a forceful overthrow, okay, of government by the military. Okay, a forceful overthrow of government by the military is what we call a coup d'etat. An electorate refers to everyone who is what? Eligible to vote in an election. Okay, then we have incumbent. An incumbent simply means the person currently holding an official position. For instance, the current president in Gambia is an incumbent president. Then we have law. Law has to do with rules or regulations that guide a society. Then we have what is called lobbying. Lobbying is the act of trying to influence a lawmaker, okay, on a particular bill. The influence of a lawmaker on a particular bill is referred to as lobbying. Okay, it's referred to as lobbying. Then we have monarchy. Monarchy is a system of government in which the head of state is a king or queen. Please, monarchy is not just about kings. A queen can also be a monarch. Please, a queen is not just the wife of a king. A queen can also mean that she is the head of state. Then we have opposition. That is the other part of the party that is trying to criticize the incumbent government. Then we have what you call a poll. A poll is a public opinion. Okay? A poll is a public what? Opinion. And how do we get a poll? By distribution of what is called a questionnaire. Then we have a republic. So when you say a republic or a republican government, we simply mean a system of government where people have the privilege of electing their representatives, and these elected representatives have a fixed tenure of office. So we move on to the last aspect, and that is descriptive essay. And like you know, a descriptive essay is using the word description. You are making an attempt to describe something. You are making an attempt to describe something. Alright? So it's very important that we know that description is also, you attempt to describe persons, animals, things, the way they are. Okay? And so it concentrates primarily on things, okay, than actions. Okay, so in a descriptive essay, the focus is really on the thing that is being described and not the action. In other words, we are saying you should have a good mental picture of what you are describing. So let's look at a topic, a festival I like. Now, if you are asked to drop an outline for that, first, what festival? You have to identify the festival that you like. Then you mention when the festival, happens and where it is actually what? Celebrated. When and where it is what? Celebrated. Then you explain to us why it is what? Celebrated. Who are the people that participate, in the celebration of such festival. Then you also discuss the preparation for this festival, how people put in a whole lot. Then if there are any costumes, then you can still go further to describe that. Then you explain the process and the events logically or in a sequential order. Okay, then you tell us the significance of the festival. Then you mention what you like about the festival. Okay, tell us the part you like and why. Then you conclude with a captivating remark. So that is how to write a very interesting descriptive essay. So with this, we've come to the end of today's lesson. Thank you very much for joining. In order for you to refresh your memory and recall all that has been taught in this lesson, I would encourage you take the test that appears on your screen.